Hello and welcome to Gamers Without Borders. I have a very special guest with me today. Please welcome the chairman of the Saudi Esports Federation, His Royal Highness Prince Faisal bin Bandar bin Sultan Al Saud. It's been just under a year since we last saw each other, so how have you been?
I've been doing very well, keeping busy.
Yes, it is great to see you every year, and it's nice that we get to have this catch up as well. And as we talk here, we are halfway through our Gamers Without Borders competition. It's going very well so far. So let's start from the beginning. Why is Gamers Without Borders so important?
There's a lot of talk about the industry. There's a lot of talk about what the industry has done and the growth and the path moving forward. There's a lot of talk about the companies, the production, the gaming, the revenues and all of these things. But sometimes people forget that behind all of this are people. And to give these people, young men and women, an opportunity to really showcase who they are and the good that they can do, I think is a huge honor for me. And especially through an event like this that is charity-based, where they're going every step of the way to do what's best for others. And I think this is so much a part of the ethos of gaming. That is overlooked for people outside of gaming, that it's just, I'm very proud to be a part of this.
Well, the core meaning behind Gamers Without Borders is gaming for good. So what specifically do you mean by this?
We started Gamers Without Borders, right in the height of the COVID, not just outbreak, but lockdowns. And to be able to bring people together to give back to the communities of the world that were highly affected. So year one was focused on COVID relief. $10 million raised for COVID relief. A lot of that was spent on PPEs and things like that. Year two was the focus was on vaccine distribution and how do we get the vaccines to as many people as we can. And just being a small drop in that ocean was a huge thing I was proud of. The last 2 years, last year and this year, we've kind of changed the focus a little bit and said, let's move to something that's a little bit more values-based. We have these amazing charities that I feel we're limiting with a cause. And we're saying, we want you to focus on simply COVID. Now, COVID was a major thing, so it was justified to begin with. But what we've decided to do last year and this year is to say, you at UNICEF, you understand who needs the help more than we do. So we don't want to limit you to one cause. We want to say we're supporting UNICEF for what UNICEF does, because UNICEF knows their work better than we do. There's a saying in Arabic, Khalil khubz al-khabbazu, leave the bread to the baker. So that's what we wanted to do here, is really say, we want to support these organizations because they do some amazing work. And rather than limiting them to something specific, is saying, look, we want to support you in the work that you do globally and make sure that we can give the most good. When we say gaming for good, we want to do the most good that we can.
Now, you've already mentioned the previous editions of Gamers Without Borders and all of the good that you have done up to this point, but something very exciting that we're including in this year's edition is that you have an all-women's Counter-Strike Global Offensive tournament that's taking place here at Gamers Without Borders. Tell us about your decision to include this.
So, the passion for gaming in our region is very strong. And that includes our young ladies, our women's population. By our last studies, about 48% of our gaming community are women. And so it's important for us, and a lot of the initiatives that we're doing here are aimed at how do we convert that community into an equal percentage of professional gamers. Now, we've made a lot of strides, and one of the biggest boons for that has been some of our young ladies that have broken out as professionals and really blazed the trail to showcase that this is a viable career path, which is very exciting. And we look to doing more in that sense and not less, because, as we talk about our global community of gamers, our young women are a part of that global community and they need to be a part of what we're doing more. And when we talk about gaming for good, we really are talking about all gamers and everyone should have a chance to participate, bar none. So we anticipate doing more in that sense and not less as we continue to move forward.
Speaking about the teams that compete and win here at Gamers Without Borders, they qualify for Gamers 8 later in the year, the Land of Heroes. Now, why did you decide to link the two competitively?
It was a way to also reward some of the gamers. They're doing this great event that is all for charity. And then to give them a chance through that to participate in one of the largest offline events in the world, multi-platform, multi-game, which, again, they're two of the largest multi-platform or multi-game tournaments in the world. And having one be completely for charity, and then to help reward the teams and our young men and women who participate there by participating in the largest offline, I think it just made sense. The storyline there made sense. The excitement around it, and it's, for us, the opportunity to invite people here to see for themselves what is happening, what is the growth, what is the excitement that we have over here, I think is very very much a part of the storyline that I think we're excited about.
Well, like we've already spoken about, Gamers 8, the Land of Heroes, is happening this summer. It's extremely exciting. It's happening later in the year, but what should the fans look out for?
With everything that happens in gaming, there is an evolution. There's no event, no game, no tournament is perfect. So we've spent a lot of time looking through what we did last year. What could we learn? What could we improve? What can we grow? And there's a lot of things, a lot of exciting developments that we're going to be announcing very soon to really take this up a notch and start to see if we can, what we can add to what's happening globally. We have an opportunity here to really, take some of the relationships that we've built with publishers, with players, with the community around the world, and really see how we can work together and take some of those ideas and have a little bit of fun with it. We've done a lot of tournaments here. We've done a lot of built a lot of relationships with Japan. We just came back from a tournament in Thailand. We've been to Korea, the US. We're doing things in Europe. And how do we take some of those ideas and some of the excitement that is around gaming and really bring that back to the offline events and some of that growth that's coming out of the COVID and the lockdown years. And again, bring some of that fun and excitement back to some of these offline events.
So we've mentioned Gamers Without Borders. We've spoken about Gamers 8. Let's talk beyond Gamers 8. What are the wider ambitions of the Saudi Esports Federation?
Well, I've been very open about this from the very beginning. We have a population that is roughly 68% of which consider themselves to be gamers. So it's important for us to really cater to our community. And if this is what they love, this is what they're interested in as a career path, as an educational path, it's my honor and pleasure to start to really build that here and showcase that we have the talent and we have the ability to do all of these things. So we are growing year on year in esports, and now there's a focus nationally to really build the industry around it, whether that's the events, whether that's the gaming industry, game creation, education, production, literally the whole gamut, and really stake our claim as a global hub for gaming and esports, and not just a simple focus on esports.
Now, we've seen how much you've done in the world of gaming for years now. How big do you think that gaming and esports can get in Saudi Arabia?
This is our passion. As I said earlier, we are a population that's 68% of which consider themselves to be gamers. 48% female, 52% male. And we've launched a lot of initiatives to build our esports activities and really, step out onto the global stage on esports and stake our claim. And the initiatives that we're building now with the launch of the national strategy and a lot of the other, Savvy Group and a lot of the other initiatives that have launched here is to really, and this is something I've been very open about from the very beginning, is our intention is to be a global hub for gaming and esports, to really give our community the opportunities that they deserve in this as an industry. We are looking forward to not just being a part of the global stage and the global community in esports, but a part of the global gaming community. And again, we've talked about game creation, we've talked about production, and there's the myriad of opportunities that are available in the gaming industry. And one of the things that we always tell people, especially in our country when we're building out the opportunities, is there's no reason that your passion or what you want to do in life has to be disconnected from gaming. Whatever you enjoy, if you enjoy gaming, there is a career path within gaming for you in that field. You know, are you a lawyer? Are you an agent? A caster? Are you production behind the cameras? Are you, an event planner? Literally anything that you have a passion for doing, there is a career path within gaming for. And that's what we're trying to build here. And as part of the KPIs that we've set out with the national strategy, when you talk about how big can it be, I mean, we've set out some quite ambitious aims, like being 1% of the GDP of Saudi Arabia by 2030, 39,000 jobs created, 200 plus gaming companies in Saudi, both local and international coming in, and many more. And this takes a lot of work, a lot of partnerships, a lot of work internally, but also what it means is being a part of the global community and being an additive part of that community, because that's the only way that this works. And you talk about, this event that we're at, Gamers Without Borders. There is no more borderless anything than gaming. I mean, you log onto a server, and whoever can log onto that server is a part of it and a part of that community. And that's what makes gaming so beautiful. And we just want to be a part of that. And when you talk about gaming, there are certain places you just think about. If you close your eyes, think about North America, whether it's, California, Canada, or others. You think about Japan, you think about Korea, you think about some countries in Europe. And what we want to be is we want Saudi to be a natural part of that conversation. Where when you think about gaming, Saudi is one of those countries that you think about.
Well, Your Highness, thank you so much for joining me in this interview. We can't wait to see what Gamers 8 has in store for everyone this summer.
No, I'm looking forward to having everyone here. And again, when I tell you we're going to have some fun with it, you'll know exactly what I mean when you see it.